What up, big time gang? Welcome back to another video. Dead battery. This one's going to be a battery change. This is a Venom hybrid and it's dead. The second counter is here by the 3 o'clock and you'll see it's not moving. Crown is all the way in. So we're going to change the battery on this bad boy today. I know it's redundant. I know you've seen me do Z60 battery changes in the past, but for those that just subscribed, or for those that are, looking to change a RONDA Z60 battery for the first time, this can help somebody. So I continue to make these videos, and the chance that I may help somebody. So if you're not interested, then obviously you're going to click off, and if you are, stay tuned for after the intro. All right, so this is a Venom hybrid, like I said, 52 millimeter. This one is a reserve model. They have the non-reserve model as well with the Z60 in it. This mimics the master calendar, but it is not a master calendar by Ronda, the 5040F. This is the Z60 movement. This model is not highly sought after. It's an easier way to get into a Venom hybrid that wasn't so expensive, because the master calendar obviously is a much more complicated movement and costs Invicta more money to make, so obviously they sell it for a higher price point. I have a few of the master calendars with the Swiss made at the 6 o'clock, old school, older ones, and I believe those sold for $400 or $500 brand new. Maybe even more. I'm not really sure. All of mine I've gotten used. I haven't bought the old school Swiss made brand new. So we're gonna get into the battery change. If you see me do it once, then you understand exactly where this is gonna go. The first thing we're gonna do is take off the pin from the micro adjustment. You'll see I have my tools here. Shop Amazon or Esslinger for your watch tools. I don't have a set. Everything is random. But I have a 0.5 millimeter screwdriver. 0.6 will also work. And this is for the little tiny screws that hold the battery in. I've got a bigger screwdriver, no size. This helps me with oddball things. This is a mechanics pick. It used to say Jegs. Obviously it's worn out now and you can't see it. But I got this in a screwdriver set that I bought many years ago. And it's always came in handy. It's not magnetic. The tip is partially magnetized just from being with a set of magnetic tip screwdrivers. It got a little tiny bit of magnetization, but you don't want a magnet near a quartz movement. So just know that. This is the case back opener I got on Amazon a million moons ago. This one is called the XL case back opener. I don't even know if they still sell it. And then I've got a pair of tweezers, just so I'm not in a bind if I need to pick up the screw and put it back in place. I've got the tweezers. I have gloves on. If you watch the channel, normally I don't have gloves on, but today we're wearing gloves to make everybody happy, because I get so many comments about me touching the battery with my bare hands and yada yada. I've never had an issue, but I got to learn to do it with gloves on, especially when I'm doing other people's watches. So that was a micro adjustment pin I just pushed in with the pick. Now I'm simply just going to remove it. I keep my finger over it so that it doesn't fly out, because it will fly out as it's spring loaded. So that's the pin we took out. And that just gives me more access to the case back. So now the case back is wide open. This is model number 27794. It says Invicta Venom. This is a hybrid. The only thing Venom on this watch is the bezel. I like to make that clear. So if you're a new collector, you know what you're looking at. So now with the tool, I'm gonna see if I'm lined up, and I'm short, so I need to expand it. So as simple as just screwing it to loosen it. And I'm gonna expand it a little bit and see if we line up now. A little bit more. And we're good. So now I'm snapped in. You can see that there, the teeth are in the notches. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn left counterclockwise to loosen the case back. So that didn't take very much effort at all. I did not crack that loose before I started, but this case back opener gives you a lot of leverage because the handle is very long. Okay, now that I've got it loose, this is a ball they actually sell that removes case backs. It doesn't crack open screw-on case backs by itself. You need another tool like the one I just used. But once you have it cracked, then you can easily rotate it to take it off, and you'll see it spinning. See if I can get that. There you go. You see the rubber is grippy and grabs the case back enough so that you can rotate it. So there we go. Case back is off. Show you the case back. It's worn. It's old. The ink is coming off. See the model number there, 27794. Put that off to the side. Now, almost every Z60 from Invicta will have the same exact cover. So it's that one screw. Let me get my little screwdriver here. It's that one screw right there that I need to remove to get access to the battery. So we're going to do that now. And this is where it gets real tricky when you're putting it back on, to make sure that the battery does not fly away. It has happened to me way too many times. You want that little screw to stay put, not fly away, but it will, and it does. Okay, so I've got the battery cover off. Trying to get the screw back into its home so I can try to put it on that way, even though that doesn't always work out. Okay, so now we have access to the battery. It's simple as remove it. There we go. Now I'll show you the battery up close. There we go. 395 RENATA. And I always have those on deck because most of my watches are 8040Ns and Z60s, and they all take the 395. So I've got a brand new pack in here. And there it is. SR927SW 395. So we're going to take one of those out. You always want to put the same battery that originally came with the watch. And RENATA is what all the RONDA movements have originally in them. So you're putting back in the same quality battery, and you're just longing the life of the watch itself and the movement. Because if you put something in there that may corrode, it may cause damage down the road when it dies and you don't switch it right away. And now you have a corroded battery that's harming your movement. And that's no good for anybody. So now we've got that back on. I'm going to grab this with the tweezers here. Now I've got the screw in it. You see that? Now this doesn't always go to plan. I try all the time to keep it together like this. But once I set it down, normally the screw pops out. We're going to pray for a miracle, but it is what it is. That was a very sloppy put down. See if I can get it to fall into place. One thing I always like to mention to my viewers is I'm a big guy with big fingers, and if I can do this, most of you can do it. And there we go. It's just that easy. It went very well this time. Now, I suggest that you keep the watch in the middle of the table, even if you got to lean over the table, because if that screw does pop out and it bounces off the table, good luck finding it. It's a pain in the butt to find. I've went through that so many times, and I continue to still make that mistake. I get a little too cocky. I think, I got it, and then I'll watch the battery fly away into Never Never Land. Sometimes I find it, sometimes I don't. I have a couple watches that I've took the screws out of as backups because the movement was completely shot. And so I have that luxury where you don't. So be very, very, very cautious. So now we're just putting the case back on. Nice and tight with the ball, as tight as I can get it. Now I'm going to use a case back opener to give it that last final tighten to make sure it's on nice and tight. Now you don't want to tighten it, over tighten it. You just want to make sure that it's tight enough because you want it to be waterproof. There is a gasket in there, and you want that to all stay watertight. So now we're going to put the spring pin back into the micro adjustment. So I'm simply going to insert it into the bracelet. I'm going to hold the micro adjustment pin on one side, and then as I put it back into the bracelet, I try to find the notch, there you go, so that it falls into one side, and then I can easily line up the other side, and then I push it in with the flathead screwdriver. So now I just press it down, pop it in, and we're in place. And now it's back in, good to go. So let's see, and it's ticking. You see that there? So we are good to go. Now today is Monday, not Thursday. So I'm gonna make this a set video as well. So we're gonna pull the crown all the way out to the furthest and then turn towards us. And we're gonna go through the 24-hour cycles until we get to Monday. So you saw I just switched over to Friday. And you notice the second hand stops moving when you pull the crown all the way out as well. So now we got to go through, that's 12 hours. Got to hit the 24-hour mark. And then we'll get to Saturday. There we go. Now Saturday, boom. We're getting closer. So now we're going to come around to Sunday. Now everybody does this different. Some people set the date at the same time so that when it rolls over to Monday, and we'll do that here on this one. I normally don't. I normally set the date as an afterthought, but we'll say the date today. So to do the date, push it all the way in, pull it out 1 click. To adjust the time is 2 clicks. The reserve hand in the center, the white hand at the pointing to the 12 o'clock with the R on it, that is the chronograph hand. That should not be moving unless you activated the chronograph. Okay, so now we're going to put it onto the 7th because today is the 8th. And then we're going to go back to setting our time. So we're still on Sunday. Now we're going to roll over to the 8th and Monday at the same time. Five more hours to go. And then we got to go through another 12-hour cycle to get to PM setting. So now we're going to flip over, watch the date, and watch the day of the week. There goes the date. You see the date there switching to 8. There, the date switched, and now there goes the day of the week. You see that wheel turning? Now we're going to Monday. So now we continue on. Now it is currently 3 p.m. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the subscribe button. Drop a comment. Let me see the hashtag Big Time Gang. Have a great day. And as always, God bless.